Good morning and good day to all audience from the Masa University Facebook page and YouTube channel. Okay, welcome to the webinar conducted by Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment and Information Technology of Masa University. My name is Muhammad Zuhairi and I'm a lecturer from Masa University and I will be serving you as our moderator today. Today is a great day that we will have a good hearing presentation from our brilliant speakers, which is Dr. Gunasekar Tangarasu. Here is some of the brief introduction about him. Dr. Gunasekar is currently working as a head of department for Pride Professional, which is Professional Industry Driven Education Programs at Masa University. He received his Doctor of Philosophy in the field of Information Technology at University Technology Petronas Malaysia. He also received his Master of Computer Application from Bharatidasan University from India. And then his research is currently focused including the big data analytics, data mining, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cloud computing. He has published more than 30 journals, which including Scopus and ISI Index. Besides, he has also attended more than 60 international conferences. He also involved in the academic program management, development of new curriculum, providing professional industrial training, and supervision of final year project in the areas of computing and information technology. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Gunasai Ketangarasu for who will be speak to us with topic big data analytic tools and technique. All right, Doctor, the floor is yours.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Zul. Um, okay, let's start. I'm Dr. Gunasekar. Today, we are going to see the topic about the big data analytic tools and technologies. This topic is going to cover for nearly 1 hour related to the topic of evolution of big data. What is the understanding of big data meanings, the characteristic of big data analytics, how to do the big data analysis and process. So then where are the industries where they applied for big data applications in the real-time process? Okay. Now everyone we understand we are living in the data world or data era, big data era, because everything is the data, everywhere is the data. Data is the very prominent role in our day-to-day life. As of data is being collected every day, every minute for referring some kind of information or insight from those collected data. Now the data collection is very more what we are doing than the previous years or previous months. The big data, actually, what is the meaning of big data? Why we are always talking about big data? The big data is not like a normal data. It is the collection is a little bit complex and the huge volume, the data size is too big and variety of combination of data. So it's difficult to do in the traditional based system for analyzing and finding the insight from those data. That's why now everywhere is the big data is the very prominent role playing in the industry and education or whatever industry in the world. So it's offered more qualitative insight rather than the approximate value or the nearest value. This one exactly what is happening at a time, not for yesterday, not for the last month or last year. At the time, in live, at the minute, what is happening in the world? Where is the traffic? Where is the business? Where is the stock market? So where is the everyday activities the data is moving? So we can see in a live. So that is the very big advantages of big data analysis. When we see every day we create how much data. When you example you see 2 5 is actually for 16 17 zeros of bytes of data we are creating every day. It approximately 2.5 quintillion bytes of data we are producing. So nearly it is 90% of the world data today is created nearly for the last years alone. As we know, after the pandemic, even in 2020, we are try to use most of the things, everything from the gadgets. So if you want to go anything, anywhere, or immediately we open the gadget. If you want to buy anything, immediately open the gadget. If you want to eat something, we order through the gadgets. So everything we look into the gadgets. That's why most of the data, this much data is created recently for the after pandemic 2 years. The data, started growing like 4 times faster than the world economy. World economy is the fastest growing as we know, as we see. But the data is growing 4 times faster than the world economy developments. The increasing of data is one side is very good advantage because we will get it more information and qualitative informations, you know. So previously sometimes the data as we know or as I got it, or maybe this is approximate or nearest value. Now it's not like that. If we have the more data, then you will get it more accurate informations in the world, or it will be useful for any decision making, especially for the business, healthcare, tradings, whatever we are doing day to day. You see, where we are collecting data, we are saying that data or big data, where the data is coming from. At least we see in our mobile data per day minimum 200 WhatsApp every day, then Facebook, Twitters, then Instagrams, so YouTube's, Google's. There are so many applications what we knows, but there are many other countries. Sometimes we don't know what application they are using. There are many more applications they are using by country to countries for collecting, transferring, sharing all the information among the peoples. Especially for the business environment, there are many applications like ERP, CRM, SCM. There are many applications which they are using by the business level or industry level applications. Then for the social media, no need to tell, there are so many apps. Every day we are creating, hundreds of thousands of applications for using the social medias. Another one for the industrial things, manufacturing, mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics. They are producing lot of gadgets, digital related gadgets for collecting, sharing, processing the information. And IoT, Internet of Things, there is another way of producing lot of data. So all these data we collect. In the data is not in the same format, a structured format. It will be in the different varieties of format. Some data is numbers, some characters, some pictures, some videos, some audio, some image, some HTML files, some blogs. There are so many varieties of files. All we collect and stored into the database. Now the storage is the biggest issue. So 5 years, 10 years ago, the server we used to make it as a centralized to store all the data. But now no more enough space in the server. That's why we are moving into the cloud systems. So anywhere we are putting into one place as a storage. And there is another issue in the storage, that is a data protection. We know the virus, hackings, so a lot of things, threats, many things is happening in the storage space. So we need to be secure our storage space, and we can transfer the data or transform the data from the storage to analysis. In the analysis, basically they are doing for three things. First one is for training the data, then testing the data, then validating the data. So there are few process. Then it will reach to end of the time. Yeah, at the end for the customers or who is the really needed peoples for needies. So that's why basically the data process is going like this. And we understand what is meant by the data first. Then only we know how to process, why we need the process, why we need the different kind of latest technologies, why we can't do it in our normal traditional methods or whatever methods currently we used or previously we used. So data, of course, it is the fact. So any things, any numbers, any characters, any events or any process, whatever it is called data. In that data, there is a structured data. Structured data, what we used in our educations, especially. So in the education, we used usually for the text, numbers, there is some pictures or maybe graph, these kind of things we used. So most of the data is used for the structured manner. That means we easy to store it, easy to process it, easy to analyze the values, especially for the exam results, calculation, analysis. This is the normally things we used. So all the data, it will be in a structured manner. There is another method of data that is called unstructured. So unstructured data, it is not like a normal data. It is targeted for the humans to process or digest. Still little bit complicated than the structured data, but still we can do for analysis, but it will need more process. Okay, or many more algorithms or apps we need to use it. Then another one is the semi-structured data. What is meant by semi-structured data? That is called XML, HTML, log files. Most of the app-related files we use for the semi-structured. Then some more it is there, the data taxonomy, the categories wise of data or classification of the data, that is called data taxonomy. So these are the different varieties of or classifications of data. So now we come to the big data. Okay, we understand what is meant by data. Why we called it big data? Big data is also called a data. It's not something different. Big data is also called a data, but the size is huge. That's all. But what is the difference of normal data and the big data? When you take the example of New York Stock Exchange market, how much data they are producing per day? Per day, approximate 1 terabyte per day. 1 terabyte, we even use our laptop, 512 MB maximum size we use. Rarely the new latest version we use 1 terabyte. The whole laptop itself, there is a 1 terabyte. We can at least use for 5 years, at least fulfill for the 1 terabyte. But the 1 terabyte data, the New York Stock Exchange produced by one day itself. And in social media, if you see 500 plus terabyte per hour, for 1 hour they are producing 500 terabyte. So approximately, even our laptop is not even 1 terabyte of hard disk, but 500 plus terabyte in the social media producing for 1 hour per day. How much per month, per year? So it will go lots of billions of terabytes. Then jet engine, especially for the flight. Now everywhere is the flight, not like those days. Even if you want to fly, travel for 100 kilometers, also we are using the jets because of we are living in the fastest world. Even for the people, they are at least per day they are traveling for few countries, 2 3 countries at least per day. They are very busy businessmen or all. So the jet airways, they produce 10 plus terabyte in 30 minutes. Half an hour, 10 terabytes per hour is 20 terabytes of data producing. So 20 terabyte is not easy. Per hour is 20 terabyte. Our computer, the whole hard disk itself 4 terabyte. So how much energy, how much methods or approach or tools or technology need for analyzing these 20 terabytes of data per are producing by the jet airways or jet engines. The main thing of big data, the characteristics is the volume. The volume is the size of the data huge, not countable. You know. Then varieties is not only the structured one data in numbers or characters or pictures. It's a varieties of data. Then velocity. The velocity data is not the ending. It's keep coming. Before you complete your analysis, the new data is keep coming. So you need to refer those new data also. So the data, the speed is coming or collecting the data is very fast. So we don't have time look into that each and every data what it is. We don't have much time. So the fastest of the data, the varieties of data, combination of different types of data, and the volume of data. These are the things or characteristics or elements making difference from the normal data to big data. Then, if you see in the huge level, where is the difference? Where we are living now? How much the data is producing in the evolution of big data? When you see in 2010, it was started 2010 for related to the big data. Previously, we used only for the data, that means structured data. So we are living in here now 2023, right? So in 2030, it will be how much data? 78 iota bytes of big data will produce every day. So that means beyond our expectation, beyond our imagination of big data, we are going to generate in 2030. That means nearly another 6 to 7 years. So at the same time, it is not just for generating the data. The generating data will increase our revenue, for individual revenue, for country revenue, at the same time for the world revenue. The world revenue, look at this, 2011, we started 7.5 billions of US dollar we generate through the big data. But when we see in 2023, how much we are going to generate? $77 billion. In 2027, in another 4 or 5 years, it will go for doubling almost. $103 billion we are going to generate through the big data. So that means the big data is not only generating big data, the data is going to help us to make more revenues. So it is unavoidable. We have to adapt, we have to follow up, we have to keep encouraged to generate more data. So mostly where the big data is coming from, or what kind of data we are getting it. When you see medical records, healthcare nowadays is everything digitalized, right? So there is no more like traditional method of writing into the paper, measurement of everything by human, nothing. Everywhere is the machine. When you go to the hospital, they fix a lot of machines in your body. It will generate the data in within few seconds or minutes. Then we'll see your body, the whole body conditions with various numerical values with various data from the machines. So medical data, then genomics, then bioecochemicals, then life science, scientific research. Research also they are using a lot of data now. Then government, natural disaster and resource management, military surveillance, financial services, retail, social network, like this. These are the everyday day to day life we are seeing, we are using, we are living, those kind of data. Then evolution of big data, when you see how the evolution is too big, that's what we see in 1992, we use 100 GB of data per day. But now in this one is little bit 2 years later, before the data, 2021 itself, 120 thousands of GB per second we are using. Per second, 120 thousands of GB we are using. The data where we are mostly getting like this music, shows and movies, healthcare and medical services, shopping and marketing. If you want to buy anything in the shopping, immediately go to the online, check the price, compare the price, qualities, compare the qualities, then at least we see with few companies, few brands, few combinations, then only we buy at least, right? So that's what we use that gadgets. Then travel and transportation, not the easy way, how to go by Grab, how to go use our own car, how to use for the public transport, what about the air travels, we check all the combinations, then only finally we take the decision. Then public policy and safeties, news and information, education and employment, artificial, of course, no need to talk, artificial intelligence everywhere. it will going to make the changes in the world. So when we see among those kind of data, 90% of data is generated is unstructured. That is our current issue. So we are talking about data. If more data is the structured manner, nothing to talk, nothing to discuss much. But 90% of data, what we are generating today is unstructured. So that means we need to think about it, we need to talk about it, we have to study about it because the data is unstructured. That means we cannot do the process or analysis in the normal traditional way. We must use some kind of technology or tools to doing the analysis of unstructured data. It includes where it is coming from mostly for the tweets, photos, customer purchase history, and everyday customer service and call logs coming from this. Mostly this one is coming from multimedia. Actually, people don't have patience to read the message. Everything they want to see in the picture, movie, videos, picture in the videos. That is the another way to make it fast understanding because we are living in the fastest world. We don't have enough time to read, digest, and understand what is that information. So everything make it into the picture and as well as for the videos. All right. So picture and the multimedia is the heavy data source. If one picture is equivalent to at least 100 messages of data for the text message. 100 text messages equivalent to one picture. So that is the multimedia or picture or video is the big weight on the internet backbone. That's why sometimes our computer is not sufficient, the processor is not sufficient, the storage is not adequate, everything because of the images, movies, and multimedia elements will occupy more space, more traffics in our process. So, and these kind of videos, pictures, it will keep increase is unavoidable right nowadays. So it will be expected to increase 70% by 2025. So within another 2 years. It, so we are expecting this kind of animations, pictures, multimedia elements or multimedia related data expected to increase 70%. So that means in the future, everything will be the picture, image, videos only. There is very less number of information or the data in the structured way of data. We are going to get only 20% or 10% only. Okay. So the Google, where we are going to store. So Google has more than 1 million servers around the world. So now Google only they have these more than 1 million servers, but they are keep updating the servers, increasing the servers, as much as possible in the future because that one they are making into the cloud. So no more server or single server is going to make it into the centralized manner. Then Facebook, when we see the approximate value, the Facebook itself is going to create 955 million, monthly active accounts using 130 languages. So monthly they are going to create new account, 955 million new account every month from 130 languages. Facebook itself. When we see 140 billion photos uploading in the Facebook and 255 millions or billions of friends connections, every day 30 billion pieces of content, 2.7 billion likes and comments posted in the Facebook. Facebook itself, this much things is happening per day. So every minute, 46 hours of video are uploading and 4 billion views performed in the YouTubes. Every minute, 4 billion views performed in the YouTubes. So that's what the social media is occupying more on the big data sites. So in the big data, when we come to the conclusion to understand what is the big data, that is the value. So big data got the value of the data, then the volume, the huge volume of data, then velocity, the high speed processor is required, for do the analysis of the big data and the live, because most of the data is the live data, is not collecting by manually or human being. It's a live data. Machines produce IoT, Internet of Things. Everywhere we connected the IoT devices, the device will produce more data and very fast data. Then variety, heterogeneous and unstructured data source. No, so different combination of data is not in only one homogeneous methods. Then veracity is the quality is unreliable, still is unreliable because the data is not completed. No, data coming from uncontrolled environment, keep the data is coming. If data once stop coming, then we know this is the end of the data. We are going to do the analysis, but the data is still is keep coming. Before you complete analysis, the new data is already came here for doing the analysis. So that's why the data is not reliable to complete the information. Then variability, the seasonal health effect and the disease evaluation, this kind of thing. Seasonally, the data also keep changing the variabilities of data. So it's not the consistent data. The data is inconsistent, unreliable, heterogeneous, high speed process, then huge volume and more values. So that is called big data. I think now you understand what is meant by big data. Big data, there is a value, huge volume, and high speed process. That means receiving and sending, and varieties of various combination of data source. And veracity, the data is inconsistent and unreliable. Then variability is the seasonal methods of data is keep coming from different, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. So these are the different characteristics of big data. I think now we understand. So what is that? So what we are going to do with this next? So that's what just see what is this combine different characteristics. Then how does big data improve our daily life? Okay, we understand what is meant by big data now. So what is the benefit of big data? How it will going to change our day-to-day life? Or how it will going to beneficial for our life easier? When we see here, 69 percentage of Americans track their health states through their technology gadgets. We don't need to go every time to the hospitals to see the doctors to check all our bodies. So we have a lot of gadgets. We use those gadgets to measure our body by ourselves. That's why it's almost 70%. Out of 100, 70% of people, they do health checkup by themselves using the gadgets. Then 60% tracks their diet, weight, and exercise. So they are keep improving, or they understood what is their health conditions. So what diet they need to follow, how to maintain their weight, then what kind of exercise they need to follow for healthy body conditions. Then two of threes of those who self-track don't share their data with theirs. Okay. Then 34% of self-trackers say the practice affected the health decision. So nearly 34 to 35% believe. So that kind of tracking methods in the gadgets, digital gadgets, is helping them to improve their body conditions and their decision makings. So that means 70% of people no need to keep going to the hospital to see the doctor or consult the doctor to check their body conditions due to the big data. So our make it our life more easier. We do ourselves. Then big data using for the being used in the match of market offers for the customer habits. Previously, when we go to the one supermarket, so whatever items are available, we select from those available items or brands or sizes. But now, nowadays, it's not like that. We check in the online. So what models we want, what are the combinations are there, what is the price comparison, what is the quality comparison, what is the quantities different. So how the for the importing and exporting methods. So everything we will check in online, and we do our best, best out of best decisions for whatever things we want to buy in the markets in online. Then relevant offers from the retailers, then we will check. So what is the relevant items, not only the exactly what we are looking. What is the, if you want to buy the laptop, so what are the laptop? What is the configuration? What are the brands? What about the Dell? What about the HP? What about the Honor? you know so what about the other companies, what they are selling, what is their configuration, what is the manufacturing, where they are manufacturing, how many days it will take delivered, what is the method of payment. So we will check everything, we compare everything, then finally we come to conclude so which one we are going to buy, right? So then another one, beat feedback. Previously we buy, after that we never go back to the shop, sometimes are good or bad, we never share with them. Even for the retailers also, they don't know how to improve by themselves because they don't understand what is their customer expectation and needs. But now everything from the feedback, we after we buying the product, we update. I like the product or don't like the product, delivered it fast, whether it the quality is good, everything we give the feedback. If maybe the delivery is delayed, so the retailer will improve their delivery systems, or maybe the packing is not good, so they will get it, understand that, oh, customers are not happy with our package, so they will improve their packaging systems, right? So this is what we will give feedback through the online, we give feedback through the particular items in the respective people will understand and improve. That is the best way to improve their business and do the better services to their customers. And by saving money in their cost, business can pass through the saving onto the customers. So no need to go and search all the marketplaces, all the shopping center to find out everything. So we will check, sit in one place, open the gadgets to see everything. If we can buy in online, or maybe you go to that particular shop direct instead of searching other places. So we will get it done in a very fast manner, save our money, save our traffic, you know, use our petrol consumptions and road traffic, everything. Then when we improve our life in so many other ways, like for the mobiles, of course we use, then online shopping, then traffic management. If you want to go anywhere, if you want to go to KL, immediately we open our gadgets, see which way is the easiest, which way is the no traffic, which one make it faster. Immediately we look into the phones, right? There are many apps available to check, then find the best route to go to some places. Then energy consumptions, to how to save electricity. So everything, if there is no people, the electricity will switch off automatically, right? So there are many things, fan, TVs, water tanks. There are so many day-to-day life appliances we can control through the automated system or the for the big data, through the big data. Then wearables, there are so many wearables. We check our body health condition, exercise, walking steps, you know, blood pressures, lungs. So everything we will see in the gadgets. Then logistic, if anything we send for delivery or expecting for receive some items, we will keep track where it is now. So how long it will take to deliver, expectation, delivery time, date, who is the person for delivery, which are the courier people or the logistic people. So we will get it know for everything. Then education and employment also same. So education, there are many online sources available to we can study ourselves most of the things, no need to depend on much for the lecturers or professors. We will get it, many other things through the online. Then employability, mostly we do most of the things at home, work from home, even remote places can work, so no need to present all the people at the office to increase the electricity, other utilizations, so we can reduce it. Then public policies, music, shows, movies. There are self-driving cars. face recognitions. So there are many applications or gadgets available for the big data improvement of our daily life. Mm, okay, these are the things we will see where the big data is going to use it one by one. Of course, it's the Netflix. There is one of the thing where if you see the Netflix in big data, over 150 billion subscribers and collect data on all of them. So Netflix, they have 100 over 150 billions of subscribers. They keep track the people, what they are watching, so what they are playing, what device they are using, they are how, what time to what time they are watching these particular programs, so everything they can monitor through the big data in the Netflix. So based on that, so who's mostly interested this program, whether it is the children or adult or the businessmen, who are the peoples are like what time to what time, so they have the opportunity to improve or give the better services to the customers. Then another one is the Amazon. Amazon we is used to collect the vast amount of data. They track all the users, who is buying, who is online checking, what product they are looking into the buying, and how much is the price, what is the range they are looking. So everything they will keep track about their customers. Also for the guest people, what is their income, their billing address and all. If they are looking for the particular item or particular categories of item, they know who are the people, what kind of income they have, or what kind of qualification they have, education background. So they will check, so based on that, they will do the predictive analysis, then give the better services or introduce more product related to that people really looking for that, so they will make the better business. So that is the marketing in advertisement. In education, of course, we have a lot of online materials like what we are doing, like webinars and online materials, the video materials. There are many professors, teachers and lecturers. They are putting a lot of methods, how to learn, how to practice, how to improve, different methods. Even if your lecturer teaching is only one method, but if you are seeing in the online, there are different kind of background, different kind of scenarios, different kind of examples they provide from varieties of peoples. Then you can get it understand more better than learning from one particular lecturers. Okay, so this is the improving methods, improving our teaching methods and learning experience, and reduce the dropout rates from the school. Those days is the dropout rate because they don't have enough materials to learn by themselves. So now everything there are there. Even no need to go to that particular place or particular institutions to learn. That's why even we also be introduced more on the online programs like ODL programs and all, open and distance learning programs. Then healthcare, of course, there is another big revolution uh, happening in the healthcare through the big data. So our medical records, everything is included. So no need to, when you go to the hospital, no need to enter your details again and again. And still we can keep track our previous health reports, what is happened with the last year or 2 years back or 5 years back when I was kids. So what is my health conditions? So everything, what was the diagnosed disease, what was the medicine given, everything it will be recorded, and keep check if anything if you have any complications when you go to the doctor, will see your full history of data. When you are kids, what happened? When you are adult, what happened? When you are teenage, what happened? So now what is the problem? It is from the leading disease or it is the suddenly is appear something. They will check everything, then they will give the better medications or treatments, not only for the current disease, it will they prevent for the future disease also. So why it is happen, so what kind of things or we can need to do for prevention of is future disease problems and all. Okay, so many wearable diseases. uh, digits, wearable gadgets. We can use it for time to time. We keep track and consult the doctors in the remotely or in the online, so we can get it. No need to go to hospital every time waiting in the queue to see doctors and get discussion, consultation, and everything. So that is the advantage of those who are really needed. Sometimes when you want to meet the doctors, there is an appointment date for 1 week or 2 weeks, sometimes even a month. But now, because of that, many things they do in the online consultation. Those who are really needed, so those kind of people, they get appointment very faster. So meet the doctors and they are getting for the consultation. Okay. So for the approximate people or for the only for normal consultation checkup, we can do through the online with what you collected information through your gadgets. So another application of big data is the disease tracking. So how long the disease is there, from what stages, so what is the conditions now, everything we can keep track. So it will beneficial for the people for living long life. Then transportation, there is another things. Of course, we will check everything in the online, keep track. What is the flight condition, whether it is one time is coming or not. Even for the two-wheeler, four-wheeler, Uber, Grab. So avoid traffic jams. We can check the where is the easiest way to travel, fastest way to travel, GPS methods, everything. There are many more to talk. Then for analyzing tools, we come to the now. So what tools we need to use it? Even if you are a IT student or you are from the different faculty or different background, doesn't matter. Big data is unavoidable in your day-to-day life. So everyone, we can't escape from the big data. Everyone, whatever area you are, doesn't matter. You must understand the big data. You must understand or learn few tools related to the big data. Okay, whether you are use it in the working place or not, at least you need to use it in your day-to-day life to improve your everyday uh, activities. So first one is the Apache Spark. Apache Spark is the free software. Actually, one of the advantage of big data. So most of the software is the free and open source. You can download it in online. No, not like those Microsoft software, like you need to pay the subscription or premiums or 1 year, 2 year. There is no such things much. There are available few, but there are many good software is the open source, free and open source. The Spark run 100 times faster than the MapReduce. There is a MapReduce, there is a one software also for the data process, but this Apache Spark is work more than 100 times than the MapReduce software. So it is 100 terabytes of big data. So it will work at a time 100 terabytes. So in the beginning, we see what is the 1 terabyte of data produced by American stock market, right? New York stock market produced 1 terabyte per day. So it will, the Spark, Apache Spark will produce the data, sorry, will analyze the data 100 terabyte at a time. Okay, so there is no problem for analyzing big data. We have a lot of tools. Another one is the Hadoop, Apache Hadoop. This is also a free and open source software. Is available in the internet. You can download at any time, at how many number of times also. It is the robust and reliable, and it is the very low cost to run. So no need for any front end software, much expensive front end softwares. It is more reliable to and robust, easy to movable. That means easy to install one computer to another computers and transferring the data very easier. So okay, this one is also for mostly they used for the commodity hardware. Commodity hardware means they used for the cloud systems, not for the server-based storage. So the commodity hardware is the cloud system. All the data we can download or stream from the commodity hardwares or from the cloud systems, and does not require the supercomputer. You no need your computer. Normal computer is enough. Laptop is enough to do this 1 terabyte, sorry, 100 terabytes of data analysis. So actually, many people they think that is the way. So if there is a 100 terabyte of data, 200 terabyte data, we are going to analyze. That means we need the high configuration of computer. No need. So whatever computer you have, even 5 years old computers is enough to do 10 terabytes of data analysis in your own computers. So that means the data, everything we can use it through the cloud systems. So you can just rental the cloud computers. So you do for the data analysis anything. That one is very cheaper, not that much expensive. That one for the amount also is based on how much time you are using, what kind of computers you are using. You are going to subscribe from the cloud. Based on that, you have to pay. It's not for the monthly or weekly based rental. Then another one is the Apache Flink. Apache Flink is also a open source and free software. This software is very good for the streaming the data. Streaming data, what I mentioned earlier, the data it will be keep coming because the gadget is not going to stop. The like camera, the surveillance camera keep watching, right? It's never stop. So that means the data is keep coming. So we need to support for receiving data at a time. Now is 11 means 11 o'clock, what is it, 11:05, 11:10, what is happening? So every minutes, every second we want to receive the data. So the Apache Flink is better. So this Blink is better than the Spark. We just now we see the Spark is a better software, better tool, but even compared with the Spark, the Flink is better for the stream process. Then cloud platform, of course, just now I mentioned cloud. This is also, but the cloud is not the open source, it's the non-open source. We need to subscribe. It's not free. Okay, this one actually used by the Amazon, Google. They are giving Google platform. They're providing this. Especially you can use for the Google search, Gmail, YouTube's, everything running, right? Everything run from the cloud. It's not stored in your computer or not stored in the server. Especially we use it for the big queries, like SQL query that is called structured data analysis. But this one for the big query, we use it for the big data analysis. So we can use through the object from the tables or viewable or customized functions or user-defined functions or whatever we use through the big queries. So the Google Cloud Platform is better. And also from importing files from the various format like CSV or request or Avro or JOSAR, various format of files, easy to import and export using the Google Cloud platforms. So that is actually the online version is free, but if you want to really use practical versions, we do for our own learning and practice. We can do it through the Google Colab. There is a tool is available, Google Colab. You can do it in online. But if you want to use for the business purpose, we need to go for the subscription. MongoDB, I think little bit internet weak. Then another one is the MongoDB. MongoDB is also is the price per future. We need to subscribe. This one is good for the cloud as well as for the desktop. In the premises we use it online. It is good for the unstructured data. So this one MongoDB you can use for 175 billion downloads of files. You can do the analysis. It's the very popular software for big data. But this method is the no SQL database. No SQL database. SQL structured query language, which we use for the Oracle database softwares, DB. But MongoDB is the no SQL database. That means we never follow the traditional way of query methods. So this one will allow all users to query, manipulate, analyze all the unstructured data. So there is MongoDB is the best tool for storing and doing analysis of the softwares, big data. Then Seasons. Seasons is the pricing software. The Rapid Miner Seasons, there is a two. pricing software, we need to subscribe. It is good for the cloud and desktop for the on-premises, as well as for the both operating system, Windows and Linux. It is mainly designed for the MongoDB database. Okay, managing for the big data used for the MongoDB. So we can integrate with the MongoDB tools to do the data analysis. So mainly they are recommending for the data engineers to prepare the data from terabytes of 100 terabyte to 100 terabytes of data. Rapid Miner, there is another tool. This one also used for the cloud and desktop computers, Linux, Windows, Mac, whatever things we can use. But this one is the paid software. We need to subscribe. This one is actually very simple for everyone, not for the non-IT people, especially for the non-IT peoples. You no need to use the much codings. We very easy drag and drop to do the data analysis and using for the machine learning algorithms. Okay, usually for the machine learning, deep learning, when they come for this kind of algorithm methods, the non-IT people little bit scared. But rapid miner, still you can use machine learning and deep learning methods or concept into the rapid miners without using much codings. So that is the best software for the big data analysis for the rapid miner. So these are the some of the tools where we can use it for the big data analysis. Those who are in the very beginning stage to learn, I understand big data. So how to learn the big data, or what are the tools I supposed to learn the big data for the analysis? Okay, so whatever I mentioned for the 6 7 tools, you can learn it. Many tools are available in the online free open source. You can learn. There are a lot of materials available in online. You can learn it. So why we want to learn this? First of all, why should I learn the big data related tools and technologies? Now we know in the business everywhere we used, you know, is outside the intelligence. So there is no common common method what we used in the previous. Any decisions we must take very accurate, not for approximate. How to take accurate information, accurate decision making? The accurate decision making coming from the data driven decisions. Data driven, if you have more data, if you have more information, then you can arrive with accurate decisions. So that one, if you want the accurate decision in your business, you must use the business, big data. Then only you will improve your business. Then early identification of risk in the healthcare. So those time, once you get the disease, then only we go to the doctors and see what is happening and all. Sometimes the doctors say, "Oh, this is too late. You're supposed to come very beginning stage. Then we would have done better." So now we can early identification before it happening something serious. We will detect, we'll identify, we digest by ourselves what is the problems. So that one we keep our humans health condition better. They are living longer in the life in the world. Okay, then better operational efficiency. If you want to do any operations or any events or any business, so any functions, you can make it better, very efficient manner due to this kind of informations. Then better customer insight, what customer they are thinking, what their customer they are looking, what customer they are really buying. There are many things is there in the data mining concept. And a more insightful market intelligence, that's what very important. Our human being also not having the stable mindset. After we looking to website, our mindset is different. After looking 10 website, our mindset is different. After looking into a few tools, gadgets in the gadgets, our mindset is different. So the customer mindset also keep changing. So it's for the retailers or for the marketing people or business people, it's not easy to track what the human being are thinking, what our customers really looking for. So, but they need the intelligent insight. So those kind of, that means intelligence. They need to find out lot of information about the customer. Then only they know what they are really looking for. Then data driven innovation. If we want to introduce something innovation, So it should be adaptable for our people needs and their demands, right? So smarter recommendation and targeting. So even if you are looking for the transportation, traveling from one place to another place, it is a smart way. So what time we can travel, what kind of transport we can use, so you can make the appointment, you can make the timings, buying the tickets or booking anything. So we can do in this smarter way without our wasting time, without waste our money, other resources. Then this is called the processing steps. If you look into the data processing, so how they are doing the data process, this is the method. They're just collecting the raw data from various resources by human, by machine, or by apps, whatever. That is the raw data we are collecting. Then data fusion or integration, we mix from various sources from variety of combinations. Then data cleaning. In that, there are cleaning processes important in the big data. Usually structured data, we never do the cleaning method, but here we need the cleaning because sometimes the data is not correct, sometimes different formats, sometimes wrongly placed in different locations. There's some noisy data, this kind of thing, or incomplete data, or these kind of things we need to be used for data cleaning. And future extraction and transformation. So no need all the data for the data for decision making, or no need to take all the data for the analysis. So we need to extract the data, what information exactly we need for the analysis. Then it will put it into the DBMS concept, or directly we putting into the data mining tools. Just now we see some of the tools, right? So the Apache Spark, Splink, Flink, then the Rapid Miner, Csense. So there are many tools out there. So we can use those kind of data mining tools for analysis. From that analysis, we can interpretation and make it visualization through the graph. Then we come to for the users or data scientists for the better decision making for our day-to-day life, for business, transportation, logistics, or healthcare, whatever places or domains we can use it. Then we can see this is for the another steps. You can see here data extraction from various speech. The data can be speech, that means audio, text, some object, some faces, some emotions, motions, offensive. So there are various kind of data coming from the machines or peoples or any other object. Then we need to do the indexing. Then unstructured big data we putting into the transformation. Then do the analysis. Then make it into the video format of big data. Then we can make it into the business intelligent decision makings. So if we want to do the intelligent decision making, we must use the big data analysis, and we should know what is meant by big data, how it's changing our life, how it's changing the industry, how the evaluation is happening, how it's changing the world, of course. Okay, then this is what we need to see from today. So I hope you understand better uh, with us. If there is any question and answer, I'm welcoming for the questions to answer your doubts. Thank you.
Hello, Rada. Rada, I have one question
Okay.
from the viewers. All right,
Okay.
the viewers said that if someone want to pursue the research in this area, okay, what is your recommendation about the scope or the title on this topic about the big data analytic? Do you have any suggestion?
There are a lot. That's what I said. See, just now we see in the applications, right? Like education, logistic, healthcare, business, retailers. These are the domains and the industries. Of course, the manufacturing industries, based on the student convenient. Okay, if you are good with healthcare, take the healthcare data. If you are good with the industry, take from the industry manufacturing data. If you are in the business student, you take from the business place and retailers. If you are in the education, you take from the education. So there are big data everywhere. Everywhere it is there. But only thing we need to see which one is convenient for that particular person. You are convenient for the business, I cannot ask you to go for industry. If you are convenient with the education, I cannot ask you to go for healthcare. All right. So everywhere is the big data. I given some example of industries, but based on the person convenient, which one is the nearest, which one is already they have some background, which one is easy to collect the data, then you can go ahead. Everywhere is that, no need to specifically mention this is highly important, this one is less important.
Hmm. Okay, Doctor. Thank you. Okay, Doctor. One more last question, Doctor. Is this just a general question? Okay. Right now, if there is any of our viewers that interested doing to pursuing their study with you personally, do you still accept it
No,
in the
it's
future?
not personal. We is through the contract through the particular faculties, the program
Mm-hmm.
coordinator, lecturer to program coordinator, through the deans. If
Mm-hmm.
they approach, I'm ready to help for any students, even for the staffs, for their further research, their bachelor, master, or PhD. I have no problem. But we need to come through the proper protocol. It's not directly approaching me. Right, because if you're electrical student or mechanical student or IT student, go with your
Mm-hmm.
program coordinator. Then the program coordinator will inform to the deans. So through the deans, if approach me in the proper way, then I'm ready to help for any with no problem.
All right, Doctor. Thank you so much, Doctor, for a great sharing experience or great sharing session. So right now, I think there is no other question. So I
Okay.
believe that is come to the end of our webinar session today. So thank you, Dr. Guna, for the interesting topic and the sharing session. Hopefully that the presentation will be beneficial for everyone. Okay, especially on the future researcher or future student that want to pursuing their research on this topic. So on behalf of the Masa University, I would like to thank you for joining us today, and also thank you everyone for your time and cooperation. We will see you in a next webinar session, and thank you so much, Doctor, and
Okay.
also the
Thank you.
audience.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zul, and for the audience. See, hope to see you again.